Hey, welcome back to Margaritas in Paradise. Wouldn't believe it, but today I am in Godfrey, Illinois, USA. And anyway, I left you off from where I was uh, in Bangkok, I think, or maybe Taipei, or maybe even O'Hare. But I finally made it down here. And why did I leave Thailand? I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. And and I'm on a morning walk, uh, trying to get some exercise, and I'm going to go get breakfast at one of my favorite breakfast places when I lived in this area a long time ago. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you about kind of telling you the story. I don't make a habit of coming back to the U.S. very often now. My father is still alive, and that's a good thing. Um, but I think I've told you before that when I started coming to Thailand, I really used the uh, technology, like video chatting on FaceTime and Messenger and Line app. And so anymore, I end up seeing my father uh, on video chat probably at least once a week. And before we had the capability of video chat, I would see him maybe every month or maybe every 2 months or things like that. So, with technology the way it is now, we actually became closer just through video chat. And so I know everything that's going on in his life. He knows what's going on in my life. So it was really great to see him. And I'm here for basically 7 weeks is the plan. And I have to get rid of some things. Now, I've talked to you before about things that made me feel like I was trapped, like a prisoner, and getting rid of all your crap before the transition of going to a place like Thailand, for instance. And yeah, it's a tough call, when you're going through everything that you have, your worldly possessions per se, things like that. Uh, what do you keep and what do you get rid of? And the antlers, there's totes right there that go up pretty high as well. I'm hoping. I'll tell you what, if it's and my advice is that if you have to rent a storage shed, for instance, to keep certain things that you cannot bear to get rid of, that's a negative thing to do. I'm telling you, it's tough. And I know that people are going to do that. I did this, okay? Um, I have a couple boxes of things that are in my dad's basement. Um, Plus, I have a storage unit in this town that has an RV and a travel trailer in it. And the travel trailer is, uh, we're doing the final paperwork on the title today, and it's going to be for sale. So if anybody knows anybody, especially in the U.S., St. Louis area would be a good area to be in. Um, I'm actually in Illinois, but right across the river. And I give them a great deal on a travel trailer. Let's see here, it's 2016. I lived in it for a couple of years, and it's been in storage the rest of the time. So it's in really great condition, and you can flip it or whatever. I guarantee I'll sell it for 50% of its value, and or whatever the listed retail value is. And yeah, so contact me if you're interested. I want this to go fast. Um, from what I understand from the bank, the title, it's going to take them 10 days to get the title to me. So other than that, first come, first serve. Okay, so I'll show you more of that. I'll try to put some pictures up of that as well. But so I have that. I have a NV 3500 van, which I'll probably keep for a while, but It's full of merchandise and that from when I had a store called Crow Nest Traders. And I traveled around the country at state fairs and things like that, doing living history events. And so eventually all that's going to be gone. And I have a storage unit over in the Kansas City area, Lee Summit, and it's just full of stuff. And this week I'm going to be over there going through it, and the stuff I think I can sell, I'm going to try to sell at a couple of events that I'm going to do. The other stuff I'm going to give to Goodwill. I may have a garage sale, I'm not sure. I'm going to try to get rid of that. I'm going to stay with my sister for I'm planning a minimum of 4 days, but it could be longer. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to be getting rid of a bunch of things because it's stuff that's just sitting here doing nobody no good. It's creating a liability somewhat, and some of it I'm paying fees for storage, which you know as well as I do, that's no good. My initial thing when I was going through my house, I had a big estate sale, and my dad knew that all my stuff was holding me back. I was like a prisoner to my stuff. And he gave me a suggestion. He said, go rent a storage shed, which now I look back at that as not the right way to do, but it got me started. And he said, take everything that you can't bear to get rid of and put it in that storage shed. And he said, when you get the storage shed either full or you get down to the end in your home, go back in your home and make sure that you're not going to regret getting rid of certain things, and put it in that storage shed. And then after you do that, hire a auctioneer and have an auction, sell off everything else, and the house and everything. So that's what I ended up doing, and everything went as smooth as you can imagine. There's certain things, and maybe I'll do another video on this if anybody's interested, but I probably would never have an auction again. And the reason why is, even though I looked at my house contents, if I would have guessed how much money I had inside that house, I would have said maybe $150,000 worth of merchandise or things like that. But I didn't get anywhere near that. Now I got more than what the auctioneer told me that she was going to get for me. So she almost, I think she ended up telling me that everything that I would get like $22,000 for everything. And in all honesty, I ended up getting $71,000 for everything. So, and I had, that and coins and all kinds of different things in there. But I'll tell you, the things that didn't bring any money was furniture. So I think that, and talking to other people about auctions and furniture, that type of stuff, I would probably sell furniture on its own, because I had all name brand furniture, like Broyhill, and I think it was like Kendall or something like that. Anyway, it was all oak, good furniture, all top line stuff. And most of it didn't bring anything. Had a couple Lazy Boy recliners, and they were the big size ones in the living room that were fairly new, and they brought like $1 a piece. And I probably paid, I don't know, around $1,000 a piece for them. So stuff like that, I probably could have put them on maybe Facebook Marketplace or on a newspaper ad or something like that. And at least, let's say I would have got $100 for one of those chairs. I don't know if that would have been a real doable thing or not, but if I had it all to do again, I wouldn't sell my furniture, for instance. I would hold out and try to sell it before the auction or things like that and get more for it. And then at the last minute, if it wasn't gone, maybe I'd put it in the auction. But I had more time, but I was in a hurry to get rid of everything. So that's the way that goes. Now, I've walked all the way down. Let's see here. Give you an idea where I'm at. I'm going to turn this around. So I'm out at Godfrey Road right now. I don't know if you can see this. If not, there it is. Enos and Godfrey Road. Just walk down Enos. I'm going to walk north along the businesses here. I don't think there's any sidewalks. Maybe there is further down on the other side. Now, right across the street here is the Alton Wood River Sportsman's Club. And I was a member of that my entire life until I joined the military. And my family's always been a member. They have all kinds of land and property, and it's sporting events, hunting and fishing and things like that, that they kind of promote. And they do other stuff for the community as well. Plus, they have a great restaurant, clubhouse. It's not a fraternal organization, but it is a membership organization. So if you ever become a member of it, you have to pay dues and things like that. But it was always they always had things for the kids, and they had they had youth memberships and things like that, which of course I did. So anyway, and they have other properties all over the area. I can't remember, but Wood River and Jerseyville, and it seems like Litchfield and places like that where you can go hunting, duck hunting mainly, maybe deer hunting. Can't remember now, but anyway, that was always a good thing. And so anyway, we're out on Godfrey Road, walking that way. I'm going to a place for breakfast. I think it's called the Round Table, and I think if I remember right. Anyway, they're really known for the big portions on their meals, and they have these fresh made pies and things like that. And I can remember as a younger person, I shouldn't say kid, but as a younger person, going in there and having sour cream and raisin pie. And I just thought that was the best thing in the world. I may have to have a piece of that, not today, but before I leave. See if it's still as good as I remember. I don't know. I'm really watching my diet here because I didn't plan on coming to the U.S. and gaining a bunch of weight. So my dad fortunately had a scale and he left it in my room. So we got to get rid of everything. I also, being a retired Air Force, if you're in the military, even for a short period of time, put it in the comment section below. Let me know what service that you served in and how long you were in. And if you did anything special, let me know that too. All right, so I didn't really do anything special, but I did stay in 23 years and had a great time. Some of the best memories of my life was in the Air Force. So yeah, it was great. It was great. Anyway, we're gonna press on. Now, if you haven't done so already, make sure you give me a big thumbs up, that you're hitting that subscribe button, hit the little bell next to future notification of videos that are coming out. And we're gonna keep going. One of the things we did yesterday, 2 days ago, I have a van, this NB 3500. I'll try to show you some pictures of that as well. The registration was expired on it, and my my Florida driver's license was expired, and insurance, the whole 9 yards, right? So I had to get insurance on it. There's State Farm here in Illinois, and then I had to change. I ended up changing my not citizenship, my residency. I switched it back to Illinois, just because we're going to use my father's house. There's a whole bunch of other reasons why. I know a lot of people go to South Dakota, Texas, or Florida for their residency, but I'm just going with this because I think it's going to be easier for me. With that being said, I had to change my residency, and I had to get a driver's license. Now, I've been driving on the left-hand side of the road for a number of years now, and it was funny because my dad took me up to the DMV to get all this paperwork done, and they asked me right away if I was a disabled veteran. I said yes, blah, blah, blah. So you get plates, dealing with that, and got everything ready for me. And they said, well, go over here and take a vision test. I go take the vision test, and I passed that with no problem. And then they said, okay, go over to machine number 1 and take the written exam. And I was like, what? I'm going to do it today? And they said, well, yeah. And I'm like, well, okay. Now, the thing is I hadn't looked at like the Illinois rules of the road or anything. Didn't prepare at all. Matter of fact, when we were driving up to DMV, my dad asked, he said, do you want to drive up there? He said, maybe practice before we get up there. And I said, oh, surely they won't give me a test today, you know. You have to go get an appointment or whatever. Well, as it is, I was wrong. And so I took the written test, and you had to get 28 out of 35 right, and I ended up doing that. It was all common sense. To me, it was common sense. And as soon as I got up to, I think I got up to like question number 30, and they told me I passed. So I didn't even have to take the last 5 questions on the written exam. And then they said, well, let's go drive. So we took my dad's car out there, and we did that. And I thought it was about a half an hour driving exam, but the lady was super nice. I'll tell you, everybody there, this was Jerseyville DMV office. They were all fantastic, super nice to me, and yeah, it was really great. Anyway, and we got all that knocked out. So now I have a 15-day temporary driving license, and then basically in 2 weeks or less, they're going to send me my permanent one. So that's really good. Walking through here, I'm going to walk kind of inside of the gas station area, because the back area is where the storage area is that I have my travel trailer, and you'll be able to see the back side of my travel trailer. I'll tell you what, this afternoon I'll probably have a for sale sign on it. It's right here. Now, let's see. Right there, it's a Flagstaff Super Light in the Moto gas station. And yeah, so like I say, this trip is definitely about reducing. I told you before, I was a minimalist, and I went to Thailand basically with a couple suitcases, and that was it. And I've been kind of living out of those suitcases initially for a while, and then eventually I ended up starting to get more things. And right now, I'm looking around my condo. Well, not right now, but when I was there, looking around my condo, and I could see that I have more stuff than I need. And I think everybody gets that way, you know. We have these apps called Lazada and Shopee and Temu, and they sell things so cheap on those that you can buy all these little trinkets, and for, let's say, $5. And it's stuff that I end up using for a certain period of time, but then after another period of time, you don't use it, and it just sits there on the shelf. So I'm in the process of, if I haven't touched anything for like 2 years that have been on a shelf, it's going. So now I'm coming up on the round table right here. Things cost, but I'm not going to video too much on the inside. All right, so this is the round table menu, but they have your normal eats in here. I really considered getting their buttermilk pancakes right there with the sausage and eggs. But even though there's no picture of the pony show, I'll try to put a picture of mine in there. And let's see here. Right there, 1 biscuit and gravy, haystack hash brown potatoes, sausage, and 2 eggs on top. So anyway, it's covered with gravy and that. I'll show you a picture of it when I get it. Now, as you can see, the place is pretty full. And they have 2, well, you're not going to believe it, but it's already here. So anyway, I'm going to give you a little tour of my plate of food. It's massive, and I got the small one. That's a pony shoe. And, well, you're just going to have to believe me when I tell you there's a biscuit with potatoes on top of it, all kinds of milk, sausage gravy, country-style gravy. There's sausage links in there, and then some scrambled eggs on top. So anyway, it looks good. I'll let you know how it was when I get done. Here's that pie case. Looks good to me, but that's coconut cream there. That looks really good. And I think that's sour cream raisin, maybe. The food was just like I remember. It was really, really good. The prices, you know, it was, I can't remember. So the breakfast was $12.99 for the pony shoe, and then it was $3 for the diet cola, and then you get a cash discount, or if you pay cash, and then with taxes and everything, I think taxes were like $1.23 or so. So it came out to be $17.23 for the entire meal, and then tipping. And of course, I like the tipping rules basically for Thailand, but here tipping, you know, I gave 15%. I left $2.40. Just things that you have to adjust to where you're at. And what do you tip in the U.S.? All right, well, that's going to be it. I have streak videos for every Wednesday that are coming out for the next month and a half or so, so don't let that get you confused. I did those ahead of time, and I hope you have a great day. Make sure you're looking at the description below, shows you where I'm at exactly, and link to the places I've went. I hope you have a great day. I miss Thailand. Okay, I do miss Thailand, but I get to see my dad, and that's a great thing in itself. And anyway, and I get to kind of remember the things here. All right, well, we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.